Oh great, you picked the jukebox. I'm Teresa at Teresa's Tablet, and I teach art to kids and adults at Turtle Creek Gallery. Let's get started right away. This tubing here, it lights up. If you've never seen a jukebox before, you can start off with the pink or start off with the teal color, whichever one that you like best. Now, see, I've got a small brush there. You've got two brushes in your kit, this brush and a sponge brush. This one's pretty small, but you've got a lot of small areas in there, so I think it'll work fine. Do notice that I'll use the tip of the edge, like right there, and then sometimes I use the whole edge of the brush to get into those different spots. But I do want you to know that black lines that are on there, go ahead, if you get a little paint on them, don't worry about it. You've got that black magic marker, and when you get all done and everything's nice and dry, you can put those black lines in if you got a little bit of paint on them. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know I'm going to tell you turn that painting around. What I'm talking about is what I just did there. It's easier for me to reach those lines with the painting turned upside down, and I'm not going to get my hand in the paint. So anytime you need to turn the painting, go right ahead and do that. Otherwise, you're going to be twisting your wrist and your arm and your body, and that's not good for you. Just turn the painting around, make it work for you. If you need to take a hair dryer and blow dry some paint so you won't get your hands into it, do that. Anytime you get your hands in paint, as soon as you know you've done it, wipe it off. Otherwise, you're going to transfer it somewhere you don't want it transferred to. So this is straight up here. Just switch colors. If you used pink before, use the teal now, or vice versa. Same thing with those black lines. It's okay if you get a little bit of paint on them. You can go back over them with the marker. See here, I'm showing you how I've got that paintbrush, and I'm using the edge of the paintbrush, not the tip of the edge, but the whole edge. That helps me get a straighter line. I still made mistakes. I still had to go over it again. Also, you don't want a whole lot of paint on your paintbrush. If you're getting a bead of paint, go ahead and smooth that out, but that means that you probably have too much paint on there. See how I missed a little bit of an area up there? That's because I knew I wanted to turn my painting around. That way I can get that edge really nice with the edge of the paintbrush. Do all of your teal blue areas and then meet me back here for the next color. So the glass area that the records are typically behind, I mixed a little bit of the teal and a little bit of the pink to get this kind of a lavendery gray color. Go ahead and do that and paint all around the records. Again, if you get onto that black paint or that black marker, it doesn't matter. Even if you get down into the records, it doesn't matter because we're going to go in and paint those black. We're ready to move on to the black in the records. I want you to paint all that area black. Of course, you leave the white label on the record. That's that circle part. But all of these records, for the people who know what records look like in a jukebox, they're all going to be painted as one unit. Then we'll go back over later with the magic marker, or really it's permanent marker, and define those areas. Yes, it will be black on black, but this paint is more of a flat black, and the marker has a shine to it, so it'll give it just enough difference so you can actually see that those are records. Now we're moving on to the yellow. Sometimes there's some like brass or gold pieces on the jukebox, so that's why I decided to use this yellow, and also keeping in the theme of the color theme of like 50s diner. Now this whole strip across is going to be the yellow color, and I'm going in each section and painting, but if you just go across it and you go over the black marker, remember you have your marker. When everything's dry, you can paint those or draw those lines back in. So yeah, if it's easier, just paint right over them and you can draw them back in later. You can see an example of that, me painting over the black marker that kind of indicates shine on the bottom piece there. Go ahead and do the both bottom pieces and that top piece in the yellow. Oh yes, and paint that very bottom strip too. Now this one's a little bit difficult. This is probably where you will get it on the black for sure. See how I have my pinky out and I'm resting it on the canvas? That helps me not drag my hand across the painting. I mean, everything is dry there, but it helps stabilize my hand. Now we have this strip that's right underneath the records. Same thing as with that bottom strip. We've got this little piece above there, and then we're going to go down to the larger area right underneath of it. No, you didn't miss me painting all of the inside of that pink there. I just kind of painted out of order. Since you have yellow on your brush, I want you to paint these diamond shape areas. Don't go in between each little diamond, just paint right over the marker. And as I've said before, you can just go over the marker with the marker at the very end. And I'll show you what mine looked like and what I wish I would have done. Now we'll go around those yellow diamond shapes with that teal color. Now remember, if you swap colors, you're going to be swapping colors with these two as well. Now back to where we left off, painting that pink. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just paint in the lines, do the little bit of area that's above the horizontal gold strip. Now I left my background white and you'll see how I do the sides, but you can make your background any color that you want. I mean, of course you have to have paint at your own house or you have to use some of my colors. So I don't think the yellow would be a good idea, but the pink or the teal would be. Depending on which one you put on the outside edge, I would put the other one as your background. Since we paint our records all in one black unit, here's me taking my Sharpie and going over the edges. Kind of make big ellipse. Think about a record that's kind of looking at it at an angle. If you don't know what a record is, just wait. Watch me draw this out a little bit and you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about. Now is the time that you're going to take that Sharpie and you're going to go around all of the edges again, just in case you got some black on there. Get all of your edges. You're kind of concentrating on where the paint meets the marker and get those edges nice and crisp. Notice that diamond shape in the middle? I have some solid black lines going one way and not solid, just outlines the other way. I think I would have rather just did the not solid, so just outline each line, go one direction first, and then go the other direction. But you do it how you want to do it because it's your painting. In the end, I put musical notes around my jukebox. Thank you for painting along with me. If you're interested in painting classes or paint parties or kids' parties, just let me know. Come on down to the gallery or DM me.